Good afternoon, Paul.
And how are you?
Fine, thank you. What can you offer us that other candidates?
I'm back for the this call. So possess creative, being a creative thinker. Also with an entrepreneur and an innovative mindset. I have worked both in blue collar organizations as well as in the entertainment field, which requires creative thinking for growth and success. How many of your candidates would you say have started their own marketing consulting firm that has been successful in its own right? I have so superior communication skills. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you just fine.
Superior writing skills as an editor and a writer for a magazine, combined with teaching skills that I have obtained doing voluntarily work in a public school. I have proven visionary skills and have been praised for having an out of this mind imagination. I also have, I'm very focused, but I also have been criticized for being married to my work or projects until I've actually achieved the goals that I've set forward for that particular task. I am trustworthy, charming, and also empathetic, but I also employ strong strategic thinking, is critical in the role of a marketing executive.
Well, you certainly sound a people person to me.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think you've just answered my next two questions. What are your strengths and how successful have you been so far? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Absolutely. Well, for me, my greatest strength is communication, and the reason I say that is because most of the tasks that I've done on any project is I've used this particular tool to accomplish them, and that includes, cold calling prospects, writing proposals, writing business and marketing plans, articulating and simplifying research, presentations and demonstrations, and also networking and liaising with people from diverse backgrounds, and knowledge base.
Well, it sounds like
and to answer your next question, which was
your success factor, I think you've covered.
I've covered? Okay.
You've covered that. But it sounds like you're really into your work, which is really commendable.
Well, I mean, that I have to be because I do set really high goals for myself. And the strengths that I also have is that when I work for organizations, I treat theirs as I would my own. I work as if I am working for, something that I may have created for myself. So, I mean, just to embellish also on how successful I've been so far, when I saw this, I thought to myself, success could be different for different people. And for me, if every day I wake up and I ask myself, have I done anything today that, has put me a step or more closer to my goals or my objectives in life, or, towards the project that I'm working on, then I would say that I have been successful.
Very
no regrets.
No, very good answer. And Paula, what are your limitations, your biggest mistakes, and that's provided you have some?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I do have limitations, and what comes to mind is that when I am working on something, sometimes you're doing a task and it gets a little redundant. You kind of lose focus a bit, and sometimes I would, either run to get a coffee or run to the washroom break, but I've actually used that limitation to my advantage, and I've actually realized that it is a positive thing because it teaches me how my mind and my brain works. So in dealing with that, I've set smaller goals that once I accomplish them, it, motivates me to move on. And also, it makes me come up with creative ways to get through it that may be different from a defined protocol. So it gives me a new way of injecting some out of the box thinking in order to get that particular task done.
Okay, good. And how long would it take you to make a meaningful contribution to our firm?
I would love to say within the first week, but realistically, I think that the first 3 months is typical. That being said, I think that when you're working for an organization, you have to get a feel for the company. You have to get a feel for what is expected of me, the goals, the expectations, and also if I am assigned a particular project, I would say that it would typically take me the first 3 months to make a meaningful contribution to an organization.
I think that's fair. And Paula, can you give me a situation in which you had to work under pressure or meet a deadline?
Well, one of the things I have done in my the last year is that I've been an editor and a writer for a magazine. And when you work is being a editor, there are always deadlines, and everything. It's so deadline based. Everything. I mean, it's a combination of sourcing writers for that are relevant to our readers, and also simultaneously maintaining an already existing workforce of employees and coordinating those two things to meet a deadline that it's almost like you can never have enough time to get something done. But that is the first thing that came to mind in terms of a deadline or working under pressure, is for being the editor of that particular magazine. It's like balancing, creative work and also a workforce coming together, bringing those two things together to accomplish one particular goal.
Very good. And finally, when would you be able to start?
I would need about 2 weeks after being employed, before I start the position.
Okay, that's excellent. Well, Paula, thank you very much for your time and the best of luck to you in your search.
Thank you so much, and thank you very much.
It's my greatest pleasure. You enjoy your day.
Okay,
Bye
thank
now.
you. Bye bye.